Hello there, welcome back to my channel. I have a whole slew of all kinds of new makeup that I've either purchased, received in PR, and I just feel like sitting down and doing a relaxed get ready with me video. The last several makeup videos I've been doing have been kind of those timed hurry up, minimal makeup, and today I'm just feeling like it's time to just sit down and enjoy trying on some new makeup. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Now let's get started. All right, I'm gonna first start off with a little bit of LANEIGE Sleeping Mask. This is a new limited edition scent in Strawberry Lemonade. Oh my goodness. And it smells exactly like strawberry lemonade. This is what I usually use at nighttime, but it's always a good one during the day as well. And it really hydrates the lips well and lasts a very long time. Eyeshadow primer, not a new one. This is the LUNE+ASTER Real Glow Eyelid Primer. And I just want a little bit of some coverage here because we're gonna do something colorful and fun today. Let's go to the complexion next, and I have done all of my skincare. I always neglect to make that note here, but I know some of you are like, what about sunscreen? Did you apply it? Yes, I did. Last night I did do my sunless tanner for my face from Coco and Eve. So I have a little extra color, and then I added a couple drops of the Drunk Elephant de Bronzy to my ELTA MD Tinted Clear Sunscreen. I have been loving this combination. So that's what is on my skin. It's had some time to sink in. And next I'm gonna go in with foundation because I'm using the Revlon Illuminance foundation. And I like to give this a little bit of time to sink into my skin. And I've combined the shades 405 and 305. And I think this will help kind of, you can see my face is a little deeper than my neck. So I'm gonna kind of even that out. So I think this will be a good kind of in between. And I'm gonna use a clean BK Beauty 101 brush. Let's see. Yeah, I think that will be good. I wanna use a new bronzer stick from Laura Geller. So if my face starts out too dark, I don't have any room for adding extra bronzer. So I think this is gonna help kind of even things out. And this foundation has been a huge surprise to me because when I first apply it, it is so glowy. I thought this would never work for me and my combination oily skin, but it does stay so well. And I do add a lot of powder to it, but it lasts. The coverage is really nice. It doesn't kind of crease and crack on the face throughout the day. It's just a really good one. Okay, we're gonna let that just sit for a little bit and go to the eyes. Now, I am so excited. I have a couple of palettes from Essence, and I told you we're gonna do something colorful and fun, and this is the palette I wanna use. So this is the Essence Positive Vibes Only, and you can see it's just a good mixture of a lot of greens with a little bit of some tealy blue. I haven't even swatched this yet. So let's take off this cover. Okay, so here are the swatches of those colors. And this color by far is the most pigmented and smooth shimmer. It has some green in there. And so I think I'm gonna do a combination. I want to go more in the green field, so we'll just combine some of these, but I also have this other Essence palette, Hugs and Teddies. I think this is so cute. And this is a face and eye palette. Look at those shades. So I think I'll dip into here for a couple of neutrals. This one is a really, ooh, that's pretty. That's a nice gold shimmer, probably inner corner highlight, but I don't have a matte cream shade in here. So allow me to pull out just a matte cream shade from the Dalton Squad 2.0 palette. And I'm just gonna use this matte cream shade. This shade is just slightly darker than in the 1.0 eyeshadow palette from them. I just got this palette, so I have only used it, I think, twice. So I'll do another video with that. Okay, I just want to put something through the crease. So I'm going to go into this Hugs and Teddy palette, and I'm going to use this kind of peachy tan shade. Oh, I probably should swatch it. That's a good tip. Usually you should swatch to see what kind of color comes off. All right, so we have a little bit of some pink, but this will be a nice peach. I love the combination of green and peach together. I think that makes a really beautiful combination because they are opposites on the color wheel, and that's known as complementary colors. So I think they go really well together. So I just want a little bit of this to the crease. This is going on very nicely with my Morphe M504. All right, I think I want to work with this shade first, then we'll go dark, and then we'll kind of add some shimmer because these are a little powdery. So I'm just not sure how much pigment is going to transfer to the eyes. So I'm going to start with the rougher number 2 brush and just put a little bit of this. Yeah, it's pretty light. So a very light, almost sagey green. Remember sage and peach, sage green or mint green and peach. This is maybe a little minty. It doesn't have too much yellow. So kind of a cooler green vibe. This is fun. I've missed just having time to just sit down and just enjoy creating something fun and different. So when I get new makeup in, that is usually when I feel the most inspired. All right, so that's not getting too colorful too quickly. Not a whole lot of color there. All right, let's go into this green shade. I'm going to use the tip of that brush, and I am tapping off the extra. I don't like to do my concealer until after my eyes if I can help it, because we don't know how much fallout we're going to get. Okay, we got a lot more pigmentation with that color. I'm going to use the rougher number 15 brush. It's clean, and just blend the top edge of that. Might actually dip that in the dark shade. And let's see if we can kind of blend this up into the crease a little better. Oh, that's pretty. Actually, that's a very nice, in the pan, it looks like it could come off black, but there is definitely on the eyes, it does come up green. And it probably helps that we did that lighter green shade underneath. So now I'm going to go back with that lighter green shade and just use that here. Transition towards the lid. All right, kind of fun, huh? All right, and then I will go back at the end with our crease color and blend that out. But let's go, let me do the other eye real quick. Next, I'm gonna go in with this blue shade, and then we're gonna add a little bit of this over the top of it. So I'm gonna try first with a dry brush. This is the Morphe M167, and it is picking up pigment. Let's see how much this transfers to the lid. Not a whole lot. Okay, let's try with our finger. We'll probably end up adding a little bit of setting spray to these shades here. All right, hang with me. I know this is looking a little crazy. We're gonna bring it all together. We're not going for 80s eyes, although that can be fun, you know, on a weekend, right? Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead, let's see. Let's add this shade. This is the most pigmented shade in the whole palette. And that goes on like butter with the finger here. And I'm overlapping that blue shade, so we're making it more of like a turquoise gradient there. Green into the turquoise. Okay. And then for fun, let's add a little bit of this shade, and I'm gonna flip that brush over. I'm going to coat that brush, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of setting spray. So I feel like this is more of like a topper shade. Let's see if we can get any pigment to come off. I'm gonna use the Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray. And it doesn't look like I'm picking up very much on the brush. Let's just see. I'm just patting that on. And the brush is not soaking wet. I'm gonna add a little more of that shade, okay, with my finger. Because I want this to be more green than blue. That's why I'm adding this over the top. Oh, that's pretty though. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, really like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna wipe off that finger and go in with a little bit of the deep shade. Actually, I'll use my pinky. Just pat this on. Oh yeah, that's what we needed. So sometimes, I love Essence shadows, but sometimes you have to apply them either wet or with your finger to get the most pigment. But usually I find that they last pretty well throughout the day. So they may take a little extra building, but for like, I think this was like $3, $3 or $4, I'm willing to do that extra work. I do have some fall down. So after I do this other eye, we'll clean up everything. I want to go back with that crease color and my Morphe M504 just lightly through the top part of the crease there and blend up towards the brow. And then I'll take my rougher 15 brush, no extra product, just lightly blend all of that together. Okay. Really fun. We have some things to clean up, and rats, I totally forgot I was going to use this eye tint from Essence. Okay, we're going to use it anyway. This is the shade Sparkly Jade. I'm kind of glad I didn't use this because I wanted to see how those eyeshadows performed without a base, but I have tested this out on my hand and it does dry down and set well. These are not waterproof, but over an eyeshadow primer, I think they'll last really well. This other color that I got is the shade Dazzling Rose. So I think these are gonna be super fun. I'm gonna use a little bit of this eye tint. Let's use a little bit on the lower lashes here. I'm just gonna smudge that in. I do have an eyeliner pencil I also want to work in. So, you know, we're just playing with some fun makeup here. Oh yeah, that's a really pretty shade. All right, and then I'm going to use my Morphe M432. And let's go in first with a little bit of this darker shade just in the outer corner. I'm going to try and do this before it dries so that it kind of grabs a hold of that shadow. I'm going to wipe off that brush and let's go in with this shimmery shade. I think that will be a fun pop on the bottom lower lashes. Ooh, we got some fun color now. All right, the last step for the eyes, before of course mascara. I finally was able to get my hands on the CALIRAY. This is the Easy Glider Eye Definer, and this is supposed to be surf proof. I'm not planning on going surfing, but you know, hopefully if it can handle an ocean of water, it could handle watery eyes as well. This is the shade, the Deep, with lots of ease in there. And let's just swatch this next to all of our eyeshadows. So definitely it's more of a tealy blue than a navy blue. I've seen people use this on their waterline. So let's just do that, or on their inner rim. I'm going to do this just here. I know this is a risk, but everybody says it stays and doesn't get on their contacts. We'll see. I do wear contacts, for those of you who are new and don't know. I wear hard contacts, so that makes it even harder because they stick out a little bit further from the eye than soft contacts. And they're also a little smaller, so sometimes the edge of them rubs like right there on the edge, but so far that's actually really pretty. We'll see if it transfers down. I'm not going to put anything on the inner rim just yet on the lower lash line. All right, I feel like that actually provided quite a lot of depth there at the lash line. All right, we really need to clean up with some almond oil. I like the brand, the Now Solutions. It's a very inexpensive but good quality almond oil. Adds a little extra moisture, and yet it removes the makeup nicely. So I did have a lot of fallout. So just something to be aware of. You may even want to do your foundation after you do your eyes with that palette. All right, let's add some under eye concealer and corrector. Laura Geller was so nice. They sent me several of their new products, including this color corrector, and I have it's Cancel and Conceal Skin Perfector, and this is in the Porcelain Fair. So depending on the depth, I think depends on the level of pinky peachy tones. So I have not even tested this out. So we're gonna test it out together. And this, I probably for the summertime could have gone up maybe to the next shade darker, but we're gonna give this a try. It feels very emollient, but not thick. It doesn't feel as thick as the Smashbox Becca brightener, if you're familiar with that. This feels much thinner, but it does feel very hydrating. And I'm just tapping in a little bit, and I do feel like it's doing a good job of adding some brightness there. Okay, we'll let that sit for a moment. And I do have new concealers, or they're new to me. These are the Catrice True Skin High Cover Concealer, Hyaluronic Acid Waterproof. I'm debating whether I should use these or not with a new corrector, but sure, let's try it. I'm gonna go in with the shade 015 Warm today. Let's just see. I have two shades of this. So here's Warm. Yep, I don't think I want to go with this lighter shade. This also has hyaluronic acid, so it should be pretty hydrating. Ooh, that's pretty peach. We'll put a little bit of that here. We'll just see if we can blend it all together, right? I'm gonna try not to go in with too much. I'm just the original. I know it looks like a lot, but I'm just spreading out kind of the original dots that I put on my skin. And then to blend that out, I found this brush on Amazon, and it looks very, very similar to the new brush I recently showed from Rare Beauty. It's just a smidge shorter in the bristles, you can see there, and the weight of the barrel is maybe a little lighter weight, but the shape is the same. So if this works just as well, we'll save ourselves some money. This is from the brand ALBEAUT, and this is the 193 concealer brush. So let's just tap this in. It's super soft. It also came with a nice little travel case, which the Rare Beauty one does not. And we shall see. This actually feels very soft and very similar. Okay, I would say that concealer is about a medium coverage, not full coverage, but that's not always a bad thing. And I know sometimes in the summer, it's nice to lighten things up a little bit. I'm gonna go back in with just a smidge more right here. And then on the inner corner as well. All right, have a couple more cream products. So another product Laura Geller sent me, I'm so excited to try. This is their bronzer stick, and it's Dioro Glow. Look at how pretty that is. And these are like, I think these are a marbleized, let me see here. Italian marble is what it says. I love Laura Geller products. I love her formulation. I love how she does kind of unique formulations. And ooh, this is really nice. Okay, very soft, and I mean, it melted right into the skin. All right, let's give this a try. Normally I like to do kind of from the brush if I'm doing, and since this is a bronzer stick, not contour, I'm using this kind of on the top of the cheeks. And then I'm going to use the BK Beauty 107 brush to blend that in. Let's just do half. This is really soft. I think this comes in a couple of different shades. So if you have deeper, I mean, my skin was pretty tan today, but you can still see, oh, that's so nice. Really pretty. So just a subtle difference between the cheeks here. A little bit of glow. There's no glitter, no sparkle, but definitely the formulation adds extra glow. I am going to end up powdering my face, but we'll try to leave the tops of the cheeks unpowdered. Oh, I like that. That's really pretty. And like I said, it's very soft and subtle on my skin tone. So I feel like this is a good product if bronzers scare you. This is a real nice neutral color. It's not too orange. It's not gray. It's just a really nice, pretty color. Okay. Just a little change in color, but I think it's really pretty. All right, for contour, I'm gonna go back to the Rare Beauty Contour Bronzer Stick. Now this I can use to contour, and I used this in my recent quick kind of get ready with me videos, and I had said I had had trouble blending it. It's a little stiff to blend with the brush, but when you start it off with your finger, it does just like melt into the skin. It's really interesting. So I've been testing this out, and then I'll go in with the brush just to, and voila, it's so much easier to blend. So if you have purchased this and wondered why it's a little stiff to blend in, use your finger first to do kind of the initial blend, and then you can finish blending with your brush, and it is pretty effortless, as the name implies. I'm going to use just a little on my finger up around the hairline. Now, I really want to try out this blush, but I think I'm going to do it in another video. This is the Laura Geller Marbleized Blush, and this is De Oro Berry, and look at how cool that is. This is so beautiful, such a beautiful shade, but a little bit too much color for what I have right now. So how about let's go in with a green blush. Oh my goodness, we totally have to try this. This is the Essence Positive Vibes Only Color Changing Blush Stick. I'm a little nervous, so this could make or break our cheek color, but it's supposed to be one of those pH changing blushes. I don't know. Let's try it. Okay, I'll try a little bit on my finger first. And we'll do one cheek at a time. Now it is pretty glossy, and so I do feel like, ooh, yeah. I'm glad I didn't swipe this on my cheek, because I feel like I would have wiped off some of my bronzer and foundation. What do you think? I am getting color, definitely getting color. Okay, let's see here. We add on a little more. Actually, it's changing to a nice peachy tone. Okay, that's really fun. It will be interesting to see once we powder if anything goes patchy. So let's apply it to the other cheek now. Wow, this is fun. Guess if you want a surprise every day when you apply your blush, use this. I don't know if it would depend on how warm you are, or depends on kind of what foundation you have underneath. I don't know. Kind of fun. Let's see on my hand. Let's see on my hand if it changes any color. See, it's so interesting. Takes a while. Well, there's a little color coming through. I don't know if you had super deep tones, if this would come through or not. I don't know. Okay. I definitely know that I need some powder on my skin. So let's do a little powdering. I have 3 powder products to try out. We'll see how we can work these in. The first one I'm going to test out is from Laura Geller, and I believe this is a new product. I had never seen it. It's the translucent setting powder. It says it's a matte maker, and it says set it and forget it like a translucent veil. This silky setting powder absorbs excess oil to mattify skin, lock in foundation, and keep your complexion shine free from day to night. Sweep it on to instantly diffuse the appearance of fine lines, imperfections, and pores for a smooth photo ready finish. That's what we need. So this is the point with that foundation when I'm always like, I don't think I like this foundation. And then usually after I powder, it's okay. So here's what this powder looks like. And I'm gonna do a powder puff. So this is kind of a unique, it's like a tin, a very light tin packaging, not plastic, not cardboard. So, but very lightweight. So it wouldn't be heavy in your purse. You wanted to throw it in. Oh, actually that is really looking nice. I am just tapping, but it's not adding a bunch of powder. It's just perfecting. All right. All right, I am gonna go ahead and powder over the cheek here. Let's just see, because I do also have a new highlighter to test out. So I'm curious though to see how much of that kind of shine from the blush comes through that powder. All right. Okay, initially, like right here, it looks nice. It doesn't feel like I really have a lot of powder on because I really don't. And it did mattify, but I don't feel like it blurred my pores at all. So let's go in. We're gonna try another powder. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blur Out Powder. And I don't know if this is a new shade, but this is the shade 02 Banana. I've actually never tried this powder before. Has one of those screens on there. All right. This could end up being disastrous, but let's just give it a shot. Okay. I'm gonna use this. Now, it does also come in a translucent shade, but Banana is supposed to be brightening. And I know you can use this under your eyes. I don't know if we're gonna do that today. I think I'm gonna try something else. So definitely a little more mattifying than the Laura Geller one, for sure. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and powder this side. Okay, that I feel a little better about. Under the eyes, let's see. We could try the Laura Geller one since it doesn't seem to be super drying. And I apologize, by the way, if you hear a bunch of airplanes coming over. We have a fire burning in the outskirts of our town, and those are fire planes. So the fire season has started early, and when I'm filming this video, it is super hot. We're having 108 plus degrees this whole weekend, so it has been a little scary. Bad fire conditions. Okay, I actually really like that under the eyes. That's very nice. Okay, let's see how that does. Maybe this is one of those powders that's better kind of under the eyes or if you have drier skin. Okay, for highlighter, BareMinerals has come out with, I think, 6 new highlighter shades, and these are called Gen Nude Highlighting Blush. But I was confused by that, so I ordered 2 shades. This is Opal Glow, and I feel like this is a highlighter. I mean, it's not gonna really give much color. It does have a little, kind of a light pink tone. And then the other shade I got is Pink Glow. And this is such a pretty, now this has color. So that has a lot more, this is more of a peachy pink color. So they're both supposed to add some glow without emphasizing texture. They don't have chunky particles of glitter. Let's try. All right, let's go in with Pink Glow, and I'm gonna use the rougher 18 brush. And I haven't tried these yet on my cheeks. Very loud plane. Oh, that's a helicopter. Okay, I think that sound is the helicopter. We have water helicopters that can use some of the water from some of our little ponds and stuff where we live, so, oh, yikes. Okay, let's see here. This is another reason to just sit down and play with makeup, to take my mind off of how hot it is outside and the smoke that is all on the horizon. Whoa. Okay, let's go in with just a little bit of Opal Glow, and let's just do this a little higher on the cheeks. So it's a very nice soft glow. Yeah, I would not, this is not like a beam from space kind of glow, but I do feel like you can build it a little bit. Nice, soft glow with color. All right, let's go back to this Hugs and Teddies palette. I'm gonna use a little bit of this on the inner corner. Let's do some brows, and I'm gonna try a new brow product. This is from Gwen Stefani's brand Give, and this is the On Point Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. and shade is number 2. This was on sale. Sephora had it, I think it was 50% off. And so I thought, well, hey, let's give it a try. The tip is very fine, and it's a stiffer formula for sure, but I think this shade will be good. Oh, okay, let's just see how this goes on. All right, pretty waxy. Sometimes that does not translate into good buildable color, but we'll give it a good shot here. Okay, so the brows are good. I think this worked really good along the lower part of the brow. I just had a little trouble building color in the arch of the brow, but otherwise the color is really nice and cool tone. So if you have cool tone blonde, platinum, gray, white hair, this would be a good shade. Again, that was shade number 2. I'm just gonna add a little bit of clear brow gel. Like I said, it was a little bit more of a waxy formula, and I think that's why it didn't cling to this part of my arch where that foundation being a little more moisturizing. I think sometimes that can make a difference. So otherwise, I think it did a good job of defining the brows. Okay, let's curl the lashes and then have a new mascara. Okay, I'm opening a new tube of the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer Mascara. Obviously, this is not new, but I am finally trying out the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara. This was viral and so many people loved it when it first came out, and I don't like to have too many open tubes of mascara at one time because they do go bad quickly. So I've been waiting to try this out. I do like the packaging, very sleek. The only thing about this mascara, even though it's drugstore, I don't know, L'Oreal prices are getting pretty close to high end, but I'm hoping that this is gonna deliver. All right, first I'm gonna add a layer of primer and then I'll go in with the mascara and we'll see how it does. Let's go in with, oh, interesting. I haven't even seen this wand. So it's flat, kind of curves a little bit. It does have those rubber bristle brushes, which not usually my favorite. Can be a little prickly, but I'm not one who likes to read directions. I'm sure there's a direction of how you're supposed to apply this with this brush. I don't know. I'll just tilt it back and forth. Just go for it. I always like to see if a product, you know, it's easy to use, user-friendly, or if you do have to read the instructions. Actually, that's really nice. I would say that's basically one coat, a little bit of some clumping of the lashes here together, but all right. All right, this side, I'll try using the underside of the wand first. I'm not sure what the point of that is, but okay, lashes are very separated and it did add length. Let's see if it adds any volume with a second layer. This does seem to dry very quickly, which can be good and can be bad because you really need to coat your lashes before it dries. Otherwise, you can end up getting flakiness later. Hook bristles. All right, so it says load and lift brush and double hook bristles, length, lift, and volume. So I think it says up to 5 millimeters of visible length. I mean, they do look nice and long. All right, we'll see. Now, this is a risk. I'm gonna go ahead and try this on my lower lashes. Everything, nearly every mascara smudges on me, but I feel like today is a day I can get away with it. I don't have too many places to go. I am going to film a hair tutorial or a hairspray video, so that's why my hair looks really crazy, because I didn't add any product. I haven't dried it, anything. It's just air drying, but just wiping off the rest of that Laneige sleeping mask. My lips feel so hydrated. It's wonderful. Around the edge of my lips, I'm going to use a combination of soft ochre and contemplative state. All right, new from Essence. We have 2 lip products. First is not too scary. This is the Hugs and Teddies lip liner. Oh, cute. And the name is So Berry Soft. So cute. And I think their packaging on this line is really cute. Doesn't that just look like a Sharalee lip liner color? And the perfect color for this eye look. I don't know if you're ready for this. This is also from the Essence Positive Vibes Only line. Are you ready? Are you ready? Look at this. Now, obviously, it's not going to be green on my lips, but this is also supposed to be kind of a color changing balm, I think. So, I mean, we got to try it, right? Sparkles, green, color changing. All right, let's see what it does. Ooh, this could be risky. Yeah, see, this is what happens to most of those color changing glosses and balms. They always end up bright hot pink on me. So it's less pink around the edge where I have that lip liner. The formula feels nice, and I really don't, well, I guess there's some subtle shimmer I can kind of see. So let's just add more so it can get brighter pink. Okay, it's cute and fun. That's not too bad, but I want to try a couple of other options here. So yeah, you can see definitely left a stain behind. All right, I heard somebody talking about the Honest Beauty Cream Cheek and Lip colors. And so on Amazon, I picked up 2 shades. This is Coral Peach and then Rose Pink. And I think we'll try Coral Peach first. We'll just see. I did try this one the other day on my cheeks. Oh, that might be too corally. Oh, whoa. That's a lot of peach. All right, let's add a little bit of this color over the top. So that's a pretty pinky peachy color. Let's see what happens when we add a little Anastasia Beverly Hills gloss in Pink Ginger. There we go. That's the color we want. Okay, so as you see me retouching underneath the lower lash line, it is because that mascara has already smeared on me. And it has been about a half an hour. I filmed a hair tutorial, all of that. So there has been some time elapsed, but not that long. So I do love how it is on the upper lashes, but the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna skip it down there. Here is our finished makeup look. And overall, I have some definite winners today and some definite ones that I'm like, I would skip. Now, I do love the Revlon Illuminance foundation with the proper powder, but today I didn't feel like the Laura Geller powder was the proper companion for that foundation. So that foundation I love with the Honest Beauty powder, but not so much with this. This powder I feel like is a good win for under the eyes and maybe for touch-ups through the day. As far as the Laura Geller bronzer stick, I loved this. I can't wait to try the blush stick. I felt like the color corrector also performed very well. I'm anxious to try this with some other concealers because I don't love this concealer. I have actually tried this concealer a couple of days prior to today with different color correctors underneath, different powders, trying to get it to keep its coverage, to get better coverage, and it's just not there. So this is a light to medium coverage and I don't feel like it stays on me well. So unfortunately, I would skip that. And this definitely, the Essence cheek changing, the color changing blush, I would skip this. It was fun to try, but my cheeks, even through all the powder, still feel a little tacky. And I don't feel like this really did a whole lot for the look. Same goes for the balm. This was really fun. So if you have a young girl or a young teenager in your life, this is a fun thing, but this is definitely not one I'm gonna be putting in my purse and carrying around to touch up my lips through the day. Some clear winners today. Definitely this Essence eyeshadow palette. This was fun. Just know you are gonna get some fallout from the matte shades and the shimmer shades. You do need to add that setting spray, but once you do, oh my goodness, I think they performed very well, and I can't wait to use some of the other shades in this palette. I did like the two that I used here. And then the eyeliner, surprisingly, I mean, I can't tell, but I don't think that it has transferred to my lower lash line. And I didn't have to take out my contacts to clean them off, so it has not been irritating to the eyes. I'll keep using it, but I think this is a win. The highlighting blushes from BareMinerals. I have to say I'm disappointed. These aren't bad products, but I don't know. I was expecting more of maybe a wet look on the cheeks or something just that really stood out, because as far as highlighting blush, I don't feel like there's enough color from these, especially these shades. Obviously I chose lighter shades, but I would say if you're looking for a highlighting blush type of product, go with the bronzers. These are really nice, and they now come, I think there's 2 or 3 more shades. If you want something like that, a glowy, blushy look, go for these. I don't think these are really worth it. So as always, check the description box down below this video. I will have links and a list of everything I tried out for you today, the colors, everything. So if you found something that you want to try out, definitely check out those links, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.